Now we are going to see the speed control of a series motors. Speed control of a series motors. Again, here the two methods are there: armature resistance control as well as a field flux control. The armature resistance control, again we are adding a one resistance in series with armature. This is the armature of a DC motor. This is the armature resistance. This is the field resistance. This is the variable resistance. See here, knob is the variable resistance. By changing this variable resistance, the voltage applied to the motor will be changes, so that the speed of the motor will be decreases. This method is nothing but armature resistance speed control of a series motor, because the field winding is connected in series with a. This is the field winding which is connected in series with a armature. Field winding is connected in series with the armature. These are the characteristics of a series motor with armature resistance control. See, when you are adding external resistance in the armature, see here. So without adding any external resistance, in the motor, if you take the speed on the y-axis and armature current on the x-axis, this is the characteristics. Some value of resistance 100 ohms. Some value 100 ohms. We are getting this type of characteristics. If further increases, we are getting this type of characteristics. Now at a given value of armature current, see here, at a given value of armature current, the R1 is giving a more speed. This is a high value. This is N1. R2 is giving a less speed. R2 is less than the, see R2, corresponding R2, N2 is less than the N1. So that's why R1 is, see here, R2 is greater than the R1. R2 is greater than the R1. As the resistance values increases, the speed of the motor will be decreases. Next, field flux control. To control the speed of a series motor, there are different methods are available. That is field flux speed control of a series motor. Different methods are available. One is field diverter. Field diverter, nothing but we are diverting the field current. How we are diverting the field current means by putting the variable resistance across the series field. See here. Now, this is the series field winding. This is the motor, series motor. For simplicity, here we are not shown any armature resistance as well as back EMF inside of a armature, for simplicity only. Now we are diverting the field current. See, field diverter. So to divert the field current, here we are connecting a one variable resistance. Suppose here, by varying this variable resistance here, you can control the how much current is flowing through the field winding. So the flux will be, current will be decreases, so that the flux will be decreases, the speed of the motor will be increases. This method is nothing but a field diverter method. Field diversion is nothing but we are connecting one variable resistance across the field winding. By changing that one, we are controlling the current flowing through the series field winding, so that the flux coming from the series field winding will be decreases. The flux is decreases means the speed of the motor will be increases. Because the speed is inversely proportional to the flux. Armature diverter. Now we are diverting the armature current. In this case, see how the speed of the motor will be changes means this is the armature. For this armature, we are connecting a voltage here. This is the motor. Now we are diverting the armature current by connecting a variable resistance. By connecting a variable resistance. By changing the variable resistance here, some amount of the current will be flowing here. The current flowing through the armature will be decreases. Current flowing through the armature will be decreases. To meet the load, the motor has to take the more amount of current to meet the constant torque. Nothing but load means constant torque. To meet the constant torque, the motor is taking more current from the supply, extra current, because we are diverting the armature current. The extra current will increase the flux. The flux will be increases. If the flux is increases, the speed of the motor will be decreases. See here, we are connecting a variable resistance across the armature. So whenever we are connecting a variable resistance across the armature, some amount of current will be diverting through the variable resistance. To maintain the constant torque in a motor, the motor will take the extra current from the supply. Because of the extra current, the field flux will be increases. As the field flux is increases, the speed of the motor will be decreases. It is a more effective method. It is a more effective method when compared to the field diverter method. So why this is unstable? Because we are decreasing the flux, main flux we are decreasing. So whenever we are decreasing the main flux means the armature reaction problem will come into the picture in the motor. But here in this case, we are not decreasing the how much flux is coming from the field winding. This flux we are not decreasing. We are not decreasing this flux. We are increasing the main flux. So the armature reaction problem may not occur in a armature diverter circuit. It is a more stable when compared to the field diverting method. Third one, tapped series field winding. In this method, on the series field winding, see this is the series field winding. On the series field winding, we are providing a tappings. Now this is connected to the armature of a motor. Here we are giving the supply, DC supply, plus minus V. We are providing the tappings here, 1, 2, 3. Suppose if you keep this tapping position, this point here means the total turns in a field winding is in the circuit. Nothing but a more amount of flux. So why more amount of flux means here we are assuming that I amperes of current is flowing. The MMF creating from this coil becomes a N into I. See here, now the MMF creating from the series field winding, that is equal to N into I. When this variable point at this one, the number of turns value becomes a more, the MMF will be more, the flux will be more. Suppose if we keep this tapping here, now the current will be flowing in this manner. Nothing but the number of turns in the circuit will be decreases, N will be decreases. But the current is same. Now the MMF will be decreases, now the flux will be decreases. Suppose if we keep this tapping portion here, you keep the tapping portion in a third, then the number of turns further decreases, the MMF value will be decreases and flux value further decreases, the speed of the motor will be increases. The speed of the motor will be increases. As the flux is decreases, the speed of the motor will be increases because the speed of the motor is inversely proportional to the flux. So how we are going to control this flux means by changing the number of turns by providing the tappings on a series field winding. This is the tapped series field method. This is a circuit diagram. See, by changing this variable point so that here, by changing that variable point so that we can control the number of turns. If we control the number of turns, the MMF will be controlled so that the flux will be controlled, the speed of the motor will be increases. The flux is decreases means speed of motor definitely will be increases. Paralleling of field coils. See here. Suppose in a series motor, 4 poles are there, 4 coils are there. See here, 4 coil, because in first case 4 coils are connected in series. This is connected to the armature. For this armature, the voltage is applied here. The current flowing in this is I. If we take the 4 coils are consisting a n number of turns, the MMF becomes a n into I. It gives the flux of pi. That is first case. In second case, see here, 2 coils are connected in series. Again 2 coils are connected in a series. Both are connected in a parallel. This terminal is connected to the armature of a motor. See here, we are connected to the DC voltage. Try to observe this circuit. See, in this case, whatever the current is flowing here, the current is dividing I by 2. See here, 4 coils is consisting a n number of turns, but here this is consisting a n by 2. This is consisting a n by 2 turns. The MMF creating from the upper one is n by 2 into I by 2 equal to Ni by 4 from the upper one. From the lower one, again you are getting the Ni by 4. Total MMF becomes a sum of these two. If you add these two, you are getting the, how much value you are getting? If you add these two, you are getting the Ni by 2. So what is happening in first case and second case? In first case, the 4 coils are connected in series. The MMF becomes a Ni. In second case, 2 coils are connected in series. Again 2 coils are connected in series. Again this connected in a parallel. This group is connected in a, these 2 branches are connected in a parallel. So once we are connected in parallel, the flux becomes a, MMF decreases by 2 times. So flux also will be decreases by 2 times. See here, 2 only ikkada. Here only 2 parallel paths. Suppose if we keep the 4 parallel paths, 4 coils, because it is a 4-pole machine. It is connected to the motor. In this case, flux will be decreased by the 4 times. Flux will be decreased by the 4 times because first case pi, second case only 2 parallel paths. Total coils were divided into the 2 parallel paths. Fourth case, total coils were divided into the 4 parallel paths, so that the flux will be divided by 4 times. The flux will be decreased, the speed of the motor will be increases. The speed of the motor will be increased. Generally, this method is used to control the speed of a fans in a industry.